while the other, in a decade of dominance, is looking to continue their magical run. It is Destiny versus Dynasty for the OIA Division I Championship. And all the stars have aligned here on this beautiful final night in April. And in Salt Lake, there are combustible elements as two teams, for different reasons, are motivated by hoisting the OIA plaque by the end of tonight. Inside Moanalua Gymnasium, we are set for the final match of the 2025 season. This is for the OIA Division I Boys Volleyball Championship. It's the 3 seed from the West, Campbell, and the 5-time defending OIA champs, 13-0, Moanalua. Moanalua, #1 seed in the East, took care of Kalani, dropped the first set against Mililani, en route to yet their 13th straight OIA Division I final. Campbell, a bit of a longer route, took care of the Surf Riders, 5-set thriller over Castle. Then had a battle back in, knock off OIA, and Campbell and Moanalua meet in the final. And so we get the beach and the lake for the OIA plaque. With that, we welcome you courtside. Great to have you with us. That's Kevin Wong, Felipe Ojastro, Jimmy Bender is coming up. Monday night was a thriller for both of these two squads, facing some adversity. Now they go head-to-head. What kind of match are you anticipating here today?
You know, I'm kind of surprised. Monday, I was really impressed by Campbell. Everyone knows that this Moanalua team year after year is going to be at a high level, but I think we're going to be in for a battle here tonight.
And there are some soldiers here for Eva Beach that have beefed up, bulked up, and bombs away, especially in the semifinal round against OIA, which includes the middle attacker in Mosaic Mulipola, who was phenomenal 48 hours ago.
Yeah, and Mulipola is the emotional leader of the team. This is the guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. This is the guy who's the point of the spear leading them into battle, and they need that fearlessness because across the net, there's some problems.
Yeah, and then you have the soul of a program. In the last 4 years for Salt Lake, Moanalua has had a steady contributor by the name of Malu Wilcox, who plays in his final OIA game of his high school career.
Yeah, Malu Wilcox is an entertainer. He's talented, he's skillful, he always plays his best in the biggest situations. He's got some flamboyance about him as well, but will run a really good, fast-paced, fun offense to watch.
And for Moanalua, they've only dropped 3 sets all year, but Campbell has got a lot of Eva Beach fans here in the house, hoping to motivate them and push them over the top for the OIA Division I Championship. Excited for this one, Jimmy Bender. He talked to both coaches. He has the New City Nissan Court Report.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. And that conversation was about looking at that other side of the net and what concerns you the most about what's over there. And for Campbell's Shane Duhan, he said, it's the consistency of Moanalua. So he's saying, look, we're going to have our best game of the year tonight in order to get this win. Meanwhile, on the Moanalua side, Alan Kabating, he's buying into the controlled chaos that we've talked about this Campbell squad. But the scientist says he's found some predictability in the chaos, and that is the fact that no matter what, they'll find a way to get it to Julius Momoy Mitchell. So he said his blockers, they're going to have to find him, track him, and stay on him. Guys, send it back to you.
The 3rd postseason meeting within the last 11 years. Moanalua won the previous 2 meetings, but this is the one that matters to so many in Eva Beach. The black and orange, the royal blue and silver. The plaque will be painted different colors tonight. Who claims the crown? We'll meet the teams on OC 16 next. Well, these two teams met last year in the OIA Final Four. That was kind of one of the early starts for Campbell where they felt like we could potentially build something special. We actually carried over and passed COVID, where they felt like they had a pretty good team entering that COVID season. And, of course, the season was abbreviated, affected the numbers. And Moanalua, since then, has been on a tear. Campbell will try and end the streak and start a new one. Good crowd. This crowd has been waiting the last few hours. We had the overlap from this championship match and the Division II championship match around set 3 of the D2 title game, where Radford won it in 4, their second OIA title in 3 years. You see the Malu Wilcox family at the top. They've been savoring every single moment of this.
It's got like a Syracuse / New York Knicks kind of color vibe, right?
It does.
A little Colorado closer to home here, but we don't see these colors too often.
You're right. Nailed it right on the head, because the last 3 years prior to this, it was brown and gold versus royal blue and silver.
Yeah.
Mililani and Moanalua. We are set for the final match of this 2025 OIA Boys Volleyball season. For the Zippies starting lineups, here's Andrew Iuvale.
Aloha, volleyball fans, and welcome to Moanalua Gymnasium for the 2025 OIA Division I Boys Volleyball Championship. Tonight's game features the number 3 seed from the West, the Campbell Sabres, versus the number 1 seed from the East, Moanalua na Menehune. Here are the starters. First, for the Campbell Sabres. And outside hitter, a 5'11" freshman, number 2, Iverson Kuresa. At opposite, a 5'5" sophomore, number 4, Christian Cruz. At middle, a 6'1" sophomore, number 5, Caleb Callier. At outside hitter, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Julius Momoy Mitchell. At middle, a 6'1" senior, number 17, Mosaic Mudipula. At center, a 6'1" junior, number 44, Kiti Uli. At libero, a 5'6" senior, number 7, Desi Dali. And your Sabre head coach is Shane Duhan. Now, here are the starters for Moanalua na Menehune. At opposite, a 6'4" junior, number 3, Loa McCutcheon. At middle, a 6'5" senior, number 5, Lou Jones. At outside, a 6'3" senior, number 6, Ezekiel Afalava Sablon. At outside, a 6' junior, number 20, Lionel Gannon. At middle, a 6'3" junior, number 21, Taylor Chong. At center, a 6'1" senior, number 23, Malu Wilcox. At libero, a 5'6" junior, number 22, Christian Cruz. And your Na'Menehune head coach is Alan Kabanting.
You the man, Andrew Uvale. Well done. And the Zippy starting lineups. There's so much electricity here inside Moanalua Gymnasium. Potential 5 sets between these two for the OIA Division I plaque. Later tonight, we hand out an Impact Player plaque, courtesy of Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official trophy providers for Spectrum OC 16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call Ryan at Mike's Engraving and Trophies. They are located in OIA. Back here inside of Moanalua Gymnasium.
Number 17 there in the back. We talked about Moanalua before the match. He stood at the net, faced his team, and as they came in, I saw looks of anxiety and fear on the other side turn into confidence and turn into connection. He is heart and soul of this team. He's the guy who really is going to get his team in a place that has the right mindset to go against a Goliath across the net.
He had some massive shots yesterday, or Monday, I should say, in the semifinal round against OIA. These opportunities don't come that often. I mean, with the exception of the people within their communities, within OIA and Campbell. I'm not sure if a lot of people had OIA and Campbell.
Right.
In the Final Four, Mililani hiccups. Still a good run. Ended up as a 2 seed in the West. In some ways, Shane Duhan mentioned, it's a little bit of a blessing that they took this longer route. A 5-set loss to Waianae bumped into the 3 seed in the West Division. Then beat Kailua. Then beat Castle. A very good Castle team that was the 2 seed in the East. Then handed OIA their first loss of the year. These two teams already securing spots into the HHSA tournament. How about that man, Luke Jones, huh? He was tremendous Monday. 500.
So good. You got to think about Caressa too, right? The reason why this Campbell team is not the same team that lost 3 matches earlier in the year is because of the JV pull-up of Caressa,
who has no club experience, just came out to tryouts, won a JV title. Malu Wilcox, all OIA selection last year, gets us going in the best of 5 in the OIA Division I championship. Uli outside, and the first swing is a miss hit here from Momoy Mitchell.
And that's going to be the big challenge here tonight. This Moanalua block may be the biggest in the state. That's going to be a much tougher challenge for Momoy Mitchell across the net.
Wilcox starts one to Momoy Mitchell. Uli over on 2. Wilcox gets it there. Cruz back row. Afalava Sablan hits it out. Afalava Sablan had a slow start on Monday in the semis against Mililani. Supplementing that kill total eventually. Mulipola. Gannon's first swing.
Oh man. He's the guy that's new to this school. He's the guy that's new to this team and this situation, and that was a confident swing.
Came over from Mid-Pacific. Was an ILH All-Star selection last year. High spinning toss. So they're aggressively, it's 2 of them that go out, 2-2.
And the other thing you talked about quite a bit is if Campbell can get their crowd involved. They're rowdy, they know the sport, they're very engaged. That's going to be a huge advantage.
There's Uli. Good serve, right to Gannon. Afalava Sablan tipped it off the block. It's a point here into the net. Went Afalava Sablan.
And that's going to be a really tough matchup for Cruz. You can see the net cam hides nothing. Cruz, how does Cruz match up with Sablan?
Cannon. Oh, what a great diving dig there from DeLees. Into the block it goes. Uli. Momoy Mitchell tied at the tower, hit the pin.
DeLees was the best libero in the gym on Monday.
Amen.
Passed well, served well, played amazing defense.
Escobedo serving specialist. In, got the back line.
Switched up the hair, right? And switched up the success on the serve. A tough one.
Delise. Uli. Collier.
I think the middle attack for Campbell is going to be really important here tonight because it's going to keep this Moanalua block honest. I'm not going to let him cheat outside to the big hitters.
A group here that Campbell felt like in the preseason could be really good against Moanalua should they be in the final. That dream has kind of come true here. Moy Mitchell, Cruz almost taken back to his wallet. Off of Lava Sablon, off the block, it popped up, it went off the back of Collier. Off the Lava Sablon scores.
Tough one, right? Usually you would call that out, but in a loud gym, you got to point. Everyone on this team for Campbell should be pointing up in the air because Collier, there's no clue he has a chance.
Picked up there by Caressa. Caressa gets a refeed. Picked up by McCutcheon. Wilcox off of Lava Sablon. Cross court. Delise another great diving dig. And this one ends up in the bench. One more here for Lava Sablon.
Just in his own world. So high. So effortless.
The last few years on that varsity squad, he's been perfect winning OIA championships. Owen blasted diving there is Wilcox. Cruz is going to set it off of Lava Sablon cross court. And Moy Mitchell from the 3-meter line. Into the net.
One of the challenges when you play against a great offensive team like Moanalua is how do you have patience, right? Because every ball that you put over there, it seems like they're smashing back your way.
McCutcheon. Caressa hangs and just dumped it, but it's Wilcox.
Think about his journey, right? A chance to win 4 in a row, a chance to end up on the top of the mountain as a 5-1 setter.
I think of his jersey too. He's wearing Jordan's number. Collier smashes that one home.
Numbers are interesting, right? 23, you got to have a healthy ego. A lot of times 13s are the ones that are kind of like anti-authority.
8 and 24, your clutch. Reverse, Wilcox diving to leave, overpass. Off of Lava Sablon. Wilcox sets it. Oh, it's Chung!
Blackjack. This guy jumps out of the gym. This is where Malu Wilcox is at his best, when he can be creative, when he can be deceptive. The jump setting going.
9-5 near the net. Wilcox gets it down.
And if you were a Campbell fan that was hoping for Moanalua to come slowly out of the gates, not going to happen here tonight.
Uli. Whip there for Cruz, good effort. Gannon, cross court, Delise overpass. Cruz. Wilcox middle, Chung. Oh, Delise, a vacuum on the floor. Caressa ripped the freshman into the double block. Uli sets it middle. Muli Pola, it is out. No touch.
Defense from Moanalua has been very solid. You know them more as a blocked first team, but when they put it all together, pretty scary.
Muli pull up, yes. That'll help a lot here for Campbell if they can establish that middle too.
Then early on, you can see Moanalua showing a lot of respect. They're moving their middle to chase Campbell's middles.
Lava Sablon, and now Gannon.
Got such a compact arm swing and yet able to get so much pace.
And he's going to be the guy next year as a junior. They graduate 6 seniors for Alan Cabanting's crew. Uli Pola, who had 7 kills on Monday, has that one rejected right back. And softly putting the front row to McCutcheon. Wilcox, middle, and Jones trail away. You know, you always have to account for Wilcox's ability to hit, and a couple of times he's gotten above the net.
And sometimes he jukes out the opponent, and sometimes he jukes out his teammate.
This ball sails out, and Moanalua's first to 13. Good pace to the game, however, Moanalua trying to capitalize, hitting .286 so far, and have a 13-7 lead.
Redecorating? With hundreds of factory colors and free computerized paint matching, you can find the Benjamin Moore color you're looking for at City Mill. Need something? Try check City Mill.
Popeyes has gone full pickle. You got your pickle glazed sandwich. You got your fried pickles, pickle glazed wings, and what? Pickle lemonade? Where my pickle people at? Love that pickle from Popeyes.
Onboard Wi-Fi that goes wherever you go. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Lease a Hyundai Elantra for only $229 a month or get $1,250 bonus cash. Drive Aloha, drive Hyundai.
At Spectrum News, we're committed to our communities around the clock. And now, Spectrum Internet-only customers, we're bringing Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum Sports to your TVs, delivering coverage of the local sports you love. Spectrum News, now streaming exclusively for Spectrum customers.
Take all the great OC16 action with you on the go. The Spectrum News app. All the latest local sports, news, and weather that matter most to you. Download now. It's on Google Play or the App Store. Moanalua, this recent stretch. 7-1 mini run is Wilcox. Uli outside, Momoy Mitchell. They get him going. Good things ahead. 22 kills Monday night.
Yeah, and that's as big a block as you're going to see from Moanalua. McCutcheon on the right, Jones in the middle. And it really has seemed like they focused on sealing the line again as part of their standard defensive package. So I think that angle and then the high hands will be your two best options.
Gannon pass over. That's off the head of Wilcox. Momoy Mitchell.
Uli Polo's got such a good grip on even the crowd. Like, I love this pre-serve routine we'll see coming up, where he gets the whole crowd to do a little clap as well.
Jones, his first swing is good. He's one of 3 players that had 10 or more kills on Monday from Moanalua. He had 500 and connects on his first.
And it's hard to keep your middles as active as Moanalua does. Big credit to both Jones and Wilcox, making it work.
Jones in his interview with Jimmy on Monday, very proud of the progress that his team made. Good recovery by Momoy Mitchell, just past Collier and Luke Jones. Right through.
He's a chess player. You can see the eye work. Really does a good job of reading the offense, knowing what his first read is and his second reaction.
Gannon, up there by DeLees. Uli a bump. And Momoy Mitchell to McCutcheon. Gannon flying on the back row. Jones saved it, then McCutcheon. And it's roofed. Point here for Campbell. Shane Duhan saying that his phone was blowing up over this last few days. So many that love that man, and his second stint with this program, 13 seasons overall. Oh, Molokai in the house. McCutcheon.
Just a junior. This guy's got big upside. 6'4", big jumper, big arm. Oh, Caressa almost got hit in the back line.
Like dodgeball.
Yeah, two rules when you're back there. Give me a good call, and then don't get hit by the ball on the way out. Good serve.
Outside McCutcheon. That ball is out, but a net call on Campbell. It's going to go against Caressa. Oh, kicked the net. Yeah, he got so high, kicked the bottom cable. And McCutcheon gives it right back. Cabanting earlier this year said, our serving has been kind of a wild ride. Sometimes, it's 3 meters. Sometimes it's 30 rows. So certain ones know when to dart. Certain ones get the hook. Chung went up with the right, hit it with the left. Back bump here to Caressa. The ball's out.
It's interesting because Alan Cabanting 10 years ago would have been flustered by that up and down roller coaster, but you really see a different energy he has on the bench. Doesn't get frustrated, much more patient. I've seen him smile a bunch of times when his players will do, a little bit unusual things.
And he tends to coach in Crocs. And I did not know that. I remember asking him, I didn't know you wear Crocs. And he was wearing Crocs when I was in high school here. He said, I was wearing Crocs before it got popular. I'm like, Cruz gets rejected. Gannon sends it back. Timeout, Campbell. Moanalua hitting .316 and up 7, set 1.
Hardware Hawaii, your Mapunapuna hardware store. At Hardware Hawaii Mapunapuna, our experienced team is happy to help you with any of your home project or construction job. Meet our contractor, sales specialist Jerry.
I've been in the business for over 20 plus years. Our team is here, ready and willing to help you find what you need.
So come on down. We're here, ready to help. Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Mapunapuna.
Heart pumping. Muscles extending. Every body is a miracle. And though we share so much, everybody is unique. What's your passion? Hold on to it. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
At Spectrum News, we're committed to our communities around the clock. And now, Spectrum Internet-only customers, we're bringing Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum Sports to your TVs, delivering coverage of the local sports you love. Spectrum News, now streaming exclusively for Spectrum customers.
Well, coming up on Friday, we will have a semifinal doubleheader for you. The girls' flag football championships. We do know this earlier today. Lelehua beat HPA. Kamehameha Maui beat Hilo. Punahou beat Waimea. Campbell beat Baldwin. Nanakuli came from behind to knock off the 3-seed Konawaina. And Mililani knocked off Waianae. So 6 of the 8 quarterfinal teams are there. We'll meet you for the Final 4 on Friday in Millville. Out of the timeout, 19-12. McCutcheon. Look out, y'all. Goes out.
Next step in the maturity of McCutcheon's game, just minimizing errors a little bit more, maximizing some of the good swings. Has all the potential in the world. What do they call it?
They call it touch.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Wow, they call it touch. McCutcheon was the first to yell. And was excited when he heard the reverse, so interesting. Paula Uli outside, Caressa.
He might be the key, right? And he's more of a crusher than a caresser, and they really need his power game on the outside.
Wilcox to Chung. Peter Chung is a lunch pail guy. Comes to work, does his work, eats his lunch, finishes his shift, goes home. Blue collar.
Without the collar.
Caressa got it right there to McCutcheon. Wilcox turns it. Gannon. Cross court. Good effort from DeLees. Timeout, Campbell. Or second.
Just when they're at their best, right? They're taking care of the pass. They're giving Malu Wilcox a lot of time, a lot of space to work his magic. And then he's got so many weapons, and he has such a good connection. Everyone's getting involved with the offense. McCutcheon's got 3 kills. Jones is on the board. Afalava with 2 kills. Gannon with 3. And the team as a whole hitting over 400.
And for Campbell, who felt like that this is something that they manifested, right? They worked hard for it. You felt it last year. Lost to Moanalua at Radford in the OIA semifinal. But 2008 is the last time they got to the top of the mountain. Let's go back in the day. This is the last time that Campbell won the OIA title. 2008, number one movie, Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
Low, right? Flo Rida, T-Pain. All right, we're still playing that. The iPhone 3G debuted for just $199. Zippy's opened its location in Kahului, Maui. And Iolani won the boys volleyball title.
Back in the day, 2008. I mean, I think I was still playing beach on tour.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't until like 2011 when I was starting to make the move back.
Oh, I see. Wow.
That might have been like Dash and Lori Santee working their magic.
Yeah.
Talking about Terry Burgers and
away from a 1-0 lead here in the match. Caressa off the block. And that one hit by Wilcox, hit the antenna in the process.
You know, and even though Campbell's chasing in this first set, there's some encouraging things. Like Caressa's taking some good swings, taking care of the pass. Put yourself in a place to succeed in the second set here.
Afalava Sablon into the net.
Right, and as you get together during timeouts, during the breaks, you got to tell yourself, hey, like, Moanualua's playing nearly perfectly. They can't stay at that level.
Cruz, Wilcox, Jones, Mulipola, Uli, DeLees, McCutcheon, Wilcox, Jones.
You see that play. Moimoy Mitchell jumped up with Malu Wilcox, which left the one-on-one. That's a tough spot for Mulipola.
Wilcox slaps it. Moimoy Mitchell the pass. Cross court to the Cruz. Wilcox. Gannon tip into the block. Cruz popped it up. Wilcox calls it over. Gannon. DeLees, what a dig. Jones a swing. One time to the cross. Uli middle. Mulipola off the Jones block. Flung it out. McCutcheon behind the 3-meter line into the net. Great defense from the Sabres. (16-23). Mulipola got to get on the streak here. Gannon. Gannon popped up by Mulipola. Uli the dump.
He does some really good things. Tall lefty, really good release. In some ways, he should be calling his own number a little bit more often.
Jones off the block there of Collier. Outside Lemoyne, Mitchell, what a smart shot there, huh? Saw the block came up, just brushed it off of it and out.
So smart, right? Read the book. I'm going to push it into you and I'm going to throw it out.
Campbell forces Moanalua to take a timeout. This is something that Moanalua has done a poor job this season in big matches, kind of closing out sets. And during these times, Alan Cabanting will just kind of let the group talk about it with themselves. He's not even in part of that huddle right now. So, I'm just going to talk with Kalei Leopoldo, my assistant coach, and let them figure it out. Because against Mililani, they were up 4 late. Mililani comes roaring back, wins that first set.
It's so interesting because early on as a coach, you almost get OCD. You want to control everything. You want to make sure that everything's done the way that you want to do it. And as you get a little bit more experience, as you've been through more battles, you have a little more trust in the process.
Alan Cabanting with a win tonight. It would be his 14th total OIA volleyball championship. 11 on the boys, 3 on the girls. And it's the most by any coach in volleyball history.
Yeah, you know, you think about guys like that. Rick Toon's in the house, Chris Blake as well. And I wonder, like, how do you stay motivated to stay at that high level for such a long time? I'd put you in that list too, right? Like you're a workhorse in terms of your broadcasts and showing up. And where does the drive come from? The motivation.
A lot of coaches will give you, I mean, I've learned over time, at least from a coach's perspective, right? Oh, the kids keep us young, right? But honestly, if you played volleyball at any level, like whether you're playing it or you're coaching, you're still a competitor at heart.
Yeah.
And you just love the preparation. And I think that's the sense. Because Rick Toon is the best, and Chris Blake by far. And Rick has been very kind of letting me, visit one of his sessions, like in the war room. I don't know if they call it that, but I've been calling it that. That was during the COVID season. And just the amount of data and just precision to detail, he is on a whole nother level.
He doesn't invite me into the war room. You're more of a warrior.
Yeah. I'll use my buddy pass and get you one. Outside, there's Cannon. Cooley shovels it over. McCutcheon, Wilcox, Jones off the block, popped up there by Cannon. Cannon, another attempt. Got it. Cannon's got 4 kills here in this first frame.
So unique that he's able to have such a compact swing with such power. That's a really rare combo.
Set point. Campbell get a couple points here. Moanalua hear footsteps. Cooley. Cruz. Can McCutcheon close it? Yes, sir. On his 4th kill here tonight. Lowell McCutcheon. And set 1 for Salt Lake. And the one seed, the East on top. 1-0 in the match.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by New City Nissan.
Popeyes has gone full pickle. You got your pickle glaze sandwich. You got your fried pickles, pickle glazed wings, and what? Pickle lemonade? Where my pickle people at? Love that pickle from Popeyes.
Elevate the way you watch University of Hawaii and local high school sports. On TV, online, and on the go. No matter where you are, the excitement is at your fingertips with Spectrum Sports and Spectrum OC16.
Hey, how's it? I'm Lanai and you're watching Spectrum OC16. Next on Fashion Sense by Valerie, we're blending up a snickerdoodle smoothie that tastes like a cookie minus the guilt. Plus, what you must know before letting anyone near your lashes. Real Estate Decoded. We're talking common elements and why they matter. Dr. Hannah's back with real talk and postpartum power moves. And Pajama Chic, it's real, it's fabulous, and I've got the style scoop. Don't miss it. Fashion, feels, and a smoothie that'll change your life. Presented by D. Suihiro Electric Gig. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Spectrum OC16.
Welcome to another edition of Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by the Hawaii Community Foundation here at the beautiful Royal Lahaina Resort and Bungalows. And look who we have in the kitchen this week. Ladies and gentlemen, actor, comedian, it's Chino LaForge. What are you going to be making?
I'm going to be making my famous Instant Pot ribs. I'm pretty sure the only reason I get invited to most parties.
All right.
And also my old school pork chops.
All right, you're not going to want to miss this one. You sure they're world famous?
I mean, I took them on tour. You should know.
It's Cooking Hawaiian Style.
Friday, Hawaii is up against a formidable challenge when the Oregon State Beavers come to town. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Moanalua hit 286 in the first set. And really the offense kind of peppered around. 6 different players got a kill in that set 1 win. Noah McCutcheon had 4. Lionel Gannon hitting 273. He poured in 4 as well. McCutcheon, yeah, just freeze frame it on that because that's the energy here for Moanalua as you take a look at the Jack in the Box set 1 stats.
Yeah, played a pretty clean first set. Did Moanalua only 5 hitting errors. Very terminal, hitting 286 on the other side. For Campbell, a lot of errors, not that terminal. They got to really figure out the offensive bit. Crossing net, the defense has been looking good for Campbell. They're hitting the floor. Desi doing some really good things in the back row. I think the way that Campbell was able to pick up some momentum late in that set is going to serve him well here at the beginning of the second.
Largest lead for Moanalua was 9. Decent run for Campbell down the stretch, but ultimately comes up 6 points short. Coach Shane Duhan and the Campbell Sabres right there in the background. He said that, you know, when I came back, roughly around the COVID year when they needed a coach, you know, we felt like we had a good group that was going to come in, then the season was abbreviated. That would have been what he felt was going to be the dynasty class. So then when the season restarted, if you will, in the full season, only about 7 kids kind of came out of the volleyball experience, and through it all, he's got to brick by brick put this thing together, and just so well respecting that community. And he has said, look, I don't care really what happens here. If our kids graduate and they become good citizens and they represent our school well, I mean, it's good enough. And that kind of humble attitude is so special. Over in 76 South. Wilcox sets it to Gannon. Oh, Dalines. And this is over and out.
Yeah, think about some of the more stressful things to do, and specifically about Shane Duhan. Coaching on TV, got to be one of them. How about being a campaign manager for Kurt Favela back in 2018 as well?
Yeah, that man does it all. Billy Pola diving there is Christian Cruz. Gannon the tip. Smart shot, just stashed it in front of Muli Pola. 6 kills here for Gannon.
Speaking of which, it's time we get you to run for something.
You know what's funny though? No, but there is another partner of mine right in the broadcast group that's thinking about doing it. Yeah. And I'm not saying you, for any of you at home. It's not
me.
Yeah, Momoe Mitchell, this one goes out. Yeah.
I mean, your face rating, right? And like,
I'm gonna run. No, I could never do that job. Never do that job.
I'm gonna put you together with Shane Duhan. He'll run your election campaign.
You know, think of a slogan first, and then we'll.
I'm thinking about what are we going for?
Momoe Mitchell goes off the block. Muli Pola, then Dalí. Momoe Mitchell, yes. And the stick-to-itiveness from him. The All-OIA West first-team selection last year.
He's so good, so skilled. Got so many different looks and different shots. Been really fun to watch him emerge under these big pressure situations. Momoe Mitchell.
cool hand Luke. Right through the middle again.
You almost gotta take your shot when there's a really good pass and Luke Jones is in the front row, and I think you just start committing a little bit and sell the house, and if it goes outside, oh well.
A pick up there for Cruz. Oh, Momoy Mitchell.
That is like going into the Lions' den. This block, Jones, McCutcheon on the outside. Holy smokes, that's scary.
The Lion Tamer. Right on that left side. Gannon handles the pass. McCutcheon tries to answer and does so off Momoy Mitchell, so gives him a receipt.
I guess the Sabres are the Lions' den, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to come up with a different slogan.
Escobedo gonna roll it across. Uli, Momoy Mitchell, and over the top went Ezekiel Afalava-Sablon. It was a good call there from Ward Soto, the up official. I'm not sure if that ball completely got over the top of the cable.
Yeah, they're saying he actually touched the ball before the hitter did. Going across the net. We got the best refs. Whether it's rain delays or technical difficulties, they're on it.
Cruz, Wilcox, McCutcheon.
That's the one place where Campbell might not quite match up, right, as the block. They just don't have the same sort of height and length across the net, so that means they should take more chances on the serve. Got to be a little bit more aggressive on the serve.
Sallier the tip into the block, got it there, and Wilcox flung it out to McCutcheon to set Afalava-Sablon. The pickup for Momoy Mitchell. Uli outside. There goes Cruz off the block. There goes Gannon. Middle Chung. A tailor-made swing.
Middles have been the biggest differences here tonight.
Taylor Chung 3 kills now. Caressa diving his Cruz. Afalava-Sablon.
We're trying to play defense behind this block. There's just seams. There's worried about covering things over the top. Worried about the tips over the block. There's just a lot being given up, and Moanalua taking advantage. We haven't talked enough about Christian Cruz either. He's been steady, right? Through not just this year, but throughout his career.
Over and down. Here by Collier. It's a stretch and a reach just by Chung in front of McCutcheon. Desi DeLees, 5 spectacular digs tonight. That into the net.
Yeah, you know, and as you take a look at the passing trio for Moanalua, there's no easy target, right? There's no, you kind of have to test and find out who's on their game for that night and who might be a little distracted.
Caressa. Yes, sir.
Blessa on the outside. He's the guy, right? Like, it's crazy to think that he doesn't play club. It's crazy to think that he was leading his team in the JV ranks earlier this year.
I led the team in kills during that championship route. Caressa again. Oh, beauty. Turn him up.
Right, the touch on that. That was a caress. Killing them softly.
Six serving 9. Campbell hitting .385 here in this set after hitting .033 in set 1. Near the net, Gannon tries to dunk it, and this one is called out.
And Kitty Uli, that was a special block. Instead of going up high, which is where it looked like Lionel was going, he had a really good read and pressed over.
Ooh. He says hello to Lionel. 7 serving 9. Gannon!
Gannon ball.
Right through. Woo! Well, that top Caressa kind of mishit that one. It tailed long. 11 serving 7. Moanalua trying to win a 6th consecutive OIA championship. Went on a remarkable streak 8 years ago. Had that streak broken by a great Mililani team. Willie Pola off a block, picked up there by Apalava Sablam. The dump is there for Wilcox, but it's against Moanalua. Going over the center line. It's a Campbell point.
All night long, Wilcox has looked like he was going to dump, but set. That time he actually calls his own number. No frustration.
On the point, giving right back. Duhan, 13 seasons as the boys head coach in total. 08 White Division champion in the OIA. Lemoy Mitchell diving after that one was Wilcox. Gannon off a block. Still kept alive. Willie Pola over the center line. And Moanalua is first to 13. Great pace again here to begin this second set. Moanalua up 13-8.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealers.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane, feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahat. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
Friday, 4 teams battle it out to move one step closer to history. It's the HHSA Girls Flag Football Semifinals, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Well, the Rainbow Warrior baseball team will take on number 12 Oregon State. It goes down Friday. Rainbow Baseball, the hot ticket in town. We got you covered on Spectrum Sports with the Game On crew at 6 o'clock on Spectrum Sports and the Spectrum News app. The Final Flag football games are rounding out opening night here at the tournament. Moanalua's up 20-0 over Kahuku. And Kamehameha's on top 13-6 over Waiakea. We'll play tomorrow in the quarterfinal rounds. Coming up on Friday and Saturday, we'll have the semis, the third place in the championships on Spectrum OC16. 13-8, Wilcox puts it back in play. The dump attempt from Uli sniffed out by Gannon. Played off the net, first by DeLees, then Uli, and then Willie Pola. Here's McCutcheon. The high hand, here's Uli. Back bump. Lemoy Mitchell. Off a touch. 7 for him.
He's doing a really good job of managing the block. Not being super terminal, being a little bit more patient. Hitting the edges.
Can't get over how big that block is he's got to face.
Yeah, that's big.
Like 9 swings out of 10. Back to Gannon, down the line.
And this is where, when you get the passing going and you get a guy like Malu Wilcox, it's one-on-one on the left, one-on-one in the middle, one-on-one on the right. Just keeps you guessing.
That high toss from Gannon, a good one to Moy Mitchell. Looked at middle, Collier, great dig from Cruz, softly put up there, into that block by Collier!
God, it's so good for Campbell, right? They're just waiting for something. Waiting for something, and Collier, he's been having a night. Hitting 330, he's got 3 kills. A couple of blocks as well.
High energy here from Collier, who sends that one back. Campbell within 4. And now it's back to 5.
That's been the bugaboo. 0 aces, 4 errors in this set. Moanalua can afford to miss some serves, but for Campbell, they got to get some aces to go with the misses.
It's Christian Cruz, the reception. Christian Cruz, net called Moanalua.
We got the battle of the Christian Cruzes here tonight, and they've both been playing pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Hitter on one side for Campbell, Libero on the other side for Moanalua.
They're both passing well, both doing a good job defensively.
Moy Mitchell punches that into the net.
Usually when you serve nervous serves, you go long. The serves that go in the net are typically if you're rushing or if you're a little fatigued. And this is the Campbell team that's been playing for a few days in a row.
Over is Cruz, into the block of Afalava Sablan. Teresa crushes another. He's got 5 to go along with 3 digs.
Sometimes it just seems like he gets to the top of the jump and just levitates.
On top of Campbell's just durability, they haven't had a sweep since March 25th. They went the whole month of April. Like all these matches. In the second half of the season, they had a 5-setter against OIA, which they lost, and YNI they lost, and then they won one against Castle.
And it's cumulative, right? Plus you add in the busy preseason schedules that a lot of these teams, and on the other side, you got a Moanalua team, you said they lost 2 or 3 sets all year long.
3 of them. Oh, by the way, Campbell had to do that without a home gym for the first half of the year because they were renovating their bleachers. Gannon trying to go angle into the net, though. That kind of panic feels good. You get on a run, you're right back in it here if you're the Sabres. And right now, the Sabres hitting .292. They just have 2 hitting errors. Playing relatively clean. Gannon, he's blocked! It's a lead!
He's one of the biggest setters in the state. 2 blocks. Oh. The 1 kill as well.
Little Chung, oh, what a great dig by Christian Cruz. Gannon, Wilcox down the middle, Afalava Sablan tees off. DeLees is there. Teresa.
This is when Campbell's at their best. It's team play. Everyone touches the ball. Uli distributing. Really good timeout here from Alan Cavante.
Neva Beach fans rejoice. Right back in it here in this second set, down 1.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure
with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Passport.
Popeyes has gone full pickle. You got your pickle glaze sandwich. You got your fried pickles, pickle glaze wings, and what? Pickle lemonade? Where my pickle people at? Love that pickle from Popeyes.
Aino I ka la maluhia e noho ana he kaikamahine mai kai. A ka ho'opilikia ia ke kai kanakana I hili na I aku ai.
He ho'opainu?
E ai, wo ho'opa heba ia o ia. Mamuli na o ke kuka a me ke kako'o mai ka Sex Abuse Treatment Center ua pola pola mai no. E a ke kahi e ku'ulei o wau no ua keiki nei.
Watch your favorite games anytime, anywhere on OC16.tv. Go to the homepage to find the channel you want under the Now Playing section. Log in with your Spectrum username and password, and let the games begin.
The Hawaii Dental Service Girls Flag Football Championship game. Coming up on Saturday, we'll have the third place matchup for you on Saturday from John Ka'iana Stadium. 5:45, game day Hawaii delivered by Pizza gets it going. Right now, Moanalua has got a 3-touchdown lead over Kahuku in the opening round. And Kamehameha just jumped out in front 19-6 over Waiakea. Kamehameha the highlights chance. Gannon got them all again.
Campbell close, right? Knocking on the door. Doing it with tough serving, doing it with surprising blocking.
That's DeLee's in the back line. And it's Caressa. Oh.
He's got two speeds. He's got all on and then all soft.
And both effective.
That was, you can't hold on to it any longer and push it any softer than that.
Luke Jones, he's blocked. Muli pull-up.
That was a blitz. That was a commit. That's the decision. Good pass. He just goes. One goes with the setter. One goes with the middle, which means you leave your end blocker one-on-one on the outside. Now if you're Malu Wilcox, your middle just got blocked. I think you go to one of your two outsides, either Gannon on the left or Afalaba on the back.
Gannon off the block and outside out point.
Wilcox is hard to read. He's unpredictable. He's an enigma.
That's a guy who's playing. Pola, he's blocked. Oh, Christian Cruz fought it off and kept the rally going. Gannon into the double block. Momoy Mitchell turns at it. Christian Cruz. McCutcheon dives for it and saves it. Free ball across by Wilcox. Momoy Mitchell. No touch, it's out.
Good run by McCutcheon. We tried to run it faster because we saw the block off the net, but Moanalua did a really good job of getting back up to the net, putting the presence and the pressure. You watch McCutcheon out there. He looks like he could be a wide receiver, right? He's just got the length, he's got the speed.
The thing is, like, for years, Moalua's always had, quote unquote, at least a stereotype, nice guys. Like, not a ton of edginess to them in a positive way. And McCutcheon brings that to this team.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he's the one that's been all fired up. He's going yelling, veins coming out of his neck and his arms.
I'm trying to think of where I fall on that spectrum. I think I was really nice until game time. And then there was like a different guy who'd come out who was a little scary.
But you've been nice. I mean, as long as I've worked with you, you've been nice the entire way.
Yeah, you never saw me in game time.
That's a good point. Is our producer have?
Yeah, he may have, but I don't know if he remembers. It was a long time ago.
That's very true. Well, 20-18 here.
Yeah, so our producer Dave Hinton has been working with us, and he said that, you know, he remembers seeing you play in high school. You were a strong competitor.
Yeah, McKinley, my senior year in high school. Dave was just in my ear. We were down 11-1 to Hilo. State finals. State final match. Then Angry Kevin came out.
Oh.
Turn a little green, a little hulky,
Okay,
right? Smash ball hard.
Oh, wow.
That'd be a great shirt to make. Smash ball hard. 20 serving 18. Uli, Momoy Mitchell gets it right to Afalava Sablan. Wilcox, Gannon the tip. Momoy Mitchell, Uli Pola into that block. Uli again, Momoy Mitchell. Yes.
Wow, that was so fun. Our spot here, right? We get to just see offense versus defense. It's the dance, the choreography. TT Uli doing a really good job of keeping this Moanalua block dancing.
Uli Pola. Cruz. Gannon, he's roofed. Collier, Momoy Mitchell, both there.
This is the first time tonight that Campbell has Moanalua in a place where they're feeling a little nervous.
And the body language shows it on the Moanalua side. Campbell's been fueled by this crowd. McCutcheon off the block. He's stopped. It's Uli. And the Sabres have the lead for the first time since it was 3-2 in set one.
And the way they're doing it is what's crazy. The undersized team has a 7-3 block advantage here tonight.
Moanalua had 15 blocks on Monday against Mililan. Gannon answers back. Squares it at 21.
Big swing. And now Gannon goes back. He's either put really good serves in or he's put serves really far out.
Overpass. Oh, who hit that? Jones, I think. And he forced it out. Jones and McCutcheon went up for that.
A really smart decision from Lionel Gannon. Took a little bit off the serve, kept it in play. Didn't swing for the fences.
Cruz near the net. Uli tried to dump it. McCutcheon's there. Timeout, Sabres.
Well-coached, disciplined team, right? And when you know that there's a front row setter across the net, even if the pass gets pulled all the way towards that side, if you're the left side blocker, you're gonna keep pushing, pushing, pushing. And McCutcheon was in the right place at the right time there.
You know, when we get to this round of a championship match or a tournament, or even Monday night in the semifinals, why is it so hard to close out sets?
Yeah, it's pressure, right? It's the fact that the crowd gets into it a little bit more. It's a little bit more noisy.
Yeah, because the psychological side of it doesn't get talked about. Yeah, the X's and O's are there. But, I mean, when you take in other elements, such as in this game in particular, everyone's really on you, right? Then you're in that spotlight, and then you're in front of your friends, your family. You don't want to let them down. And then on top of all of that, right, the historical context of, well, we haven't been here in X amount of years, 17 in this case.
And you're like 17 years old, right? And trying to comprehend all those things. It's tough.
Yeah, compartmentalizing that as a freshman, you know, we talk about with Pearl City, right, how young that team was to deal with all that. Crazy.
She's comprehending it all.
Well, whatever is in that AirPod, it must be better than the track that's been playing right now. Winner goes to the HHSA quarterfinal rounds. You know,
Well, presumably, if Kino's going to end up as the 1 seed by the time the bracket comes out. Usually the OIA 2 seed will be the champion in that tournament. And the tournament, by the way, ends right here in Salt Lake. So if Moanalua gets all the way to the end, and some of these guys feel like they have the talent to get there and maybe win it, they'll essentially have a home game, essentially, for the state championship. Right now, they're focused on closing this one out in set 2. Delise, Uli, Momoy, Mitchell. Wolf. It's Afalava Sablan. Set point, Big Blue. It's out.
I want Caressa on my dodgeball team. 2 for 2. Although I want you on the team too, because that catch earlier on.
Yeah, true, yeah. No gloves too, by the way.
No gloves. Or stick 'em.
Cruz, Wilcox, Afalava Sablan.
Oh,
what a great dig in the back row from Caressa. Momoy Mitchell's block. Delise, backhanded by Collier. It's a back bump, tight at the net. Afalava Sablan. Diving Uli, overpass. Wilcox directing traffic. Cruz, underhand. Right to McCutcheon into the net.
An amazing dig from Caressa. An amazing cover in the front row. Alan Kabanting forced to call a timeout here.
Their final. 24-23. Moanalua has 4 more hitting errors in this set and 1 more overall in the match than Campbell. And Campbell hitting at a better clip than Moanalua, 194 to 176.
Kiti Uli will go back to serve. He just did a really good job serving a tough jump float. Moanalua, great offensive options in every rotation. Alan Kabanting, for the first time, seen a little bit of urgency. And we saw this actually in the serve and pass earlier today.
Oh my God. That was like a scene from The Office. Ezekiel Sablan after an impassioned speech from, look at this, after an impassioned speech. All right, get 1 break. Oh boy. Perfectly timed.
And that's where your assistant coach, Kanalu Kavala, comes over and goes,
hey, come on now.
Yeah. Take it down a notch.
Yeah.
And understandably so, why Alan Kabanting is frustrated, because we talked about the inability to close out sets and all that.
And he's not just preparing them for tonight, right? He's preparing them for, they got a gauntlet ahead. Even if they win tonight, the tough challenge is that because there's 3 ILH teams, this Moanalua team might have to go ILH team in the quarters, ILH team in the semis, ILH in the finals.
You're right, and you know, the OIA argument, at least for some Moanalua people, yeah, well, the Kuno has to go through OIA 3, 2, 1. It's vastly different, by the way.
A little different.
Vastly different. If Moanalua or Campbell gets to the final, they got to get to the ILH 3, the ILH 2, and the ILH champion if they want to get to the state championship. Afalava Sablan ends set number 2. Gave him the look, gave him the kill, gave him a 2-0 lead in the match. Afalava Sablan, 5 kills in this presentation of the OIA Division I Boys Volleyball Championship on OC16 continues after this.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Now, for a limited time, get our largest pizza at our lowest price. Just $9.99 for our classic New York-style pizza. It's 30% larger than our large, and at only $9.99 for carryout. Don't wait. Order now at Hawaii Pizza Hut.
From picturesque landscapes to adrenaline-pumping water sports, our islands provide a breathtaking backdrop that's truly unique. Come along for the ride and witness the wonders of Hawaii on Spectrum OC16.
Aloha, I'm Valerie Joseph, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
We're back in the land of K-pop, bulgogi, and kimchi, Seoul, Korea.
You are Korean?
Yeah.
Annyeonghaseyo, and welcome to Lanai's Travel Club. This month, we're back in Seoul, Korea. We're diving into Korean barbecue, army stew, dak galbi, Korean McDonald's, and the fish market scene. We're also getting the local experience with my good friend, Graflix. Saranghae! See you there on Spectrum OC16.
That's where we came from, bro. Huh? Yeah. Well, that's where we came. Yeah. Makes it worth it. Awesome, bro.
Aloha! Join us this week for a brand new episode of Hawaii Skin Diver for the finale of a Red Sea ocean adventure to New Zealand as our divers target the prize kingfish. Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. exclusively on Spectrum OC16.
Saturday, Hawaii wraps up the regular season with a doubleheader against the Titans of UC San Diego. Rainbow Wahine softball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Moanalua out to a 2-0 lead in the match, and Lionel Gannon, who was red hot on Monday, Kev, has a dozen kills here through 2 sets.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, almost like he's maturing in front of our very own eyes, making really good decisions, bringing the fastball and the off speed.
Take a look at the set 2 stats.
As close as you could be, right? Hitting very, very close. Moanalua a little bit more terminal, but also making a few more mistakes. The block advantage for Campbell, a big surprise. I think for Campbell, just a few too many service errors around the way. They are knocking on the door, though.
25-19, 25-23. Moanalua for the match, hitting 243. Sabres hitting 121. Campbell out blocking Moanalua. 7-5. We'll see McCutcheon. Low McCutcheon, 6 kills. Ezekiel Afalava Sablan with just 5. Got the set winner. That's one of the 6 seniors that will leave this program.
Still a little work to be done, though. This is a team that's complete. They got talent at every position. There's not many schools in the state that can make that statement. 2 great outside hitters, steady libero, flashy setter, in a middle that everyone is jealous of.
Malu Wilcox gets us going in set 3. Pulla hanging tough in there, got it off a block of Jones. Gannon, he's blocked. Willie Pulla, the muscle man in the middle, gets the denial. And he rallies the crowd together. Gannon. Good pickup by Cruz. Willie Pulla. Lamoy Mitchell. Yeah, got it off a touch. Careened into the tower. We're going to make sure that the tower's okay. The cable, yep. And then boinked off the opposite side of the antenna. And that one poked out.
Alan Camonte still got that urgency, right?
14 seasons as a head coach of the boys program. 12 of them he's overlapped and doing both the boys and the girls volleyball programs. Gannon hits the cable, picked up there by Momoy Mitchell.
Off the block, and it's Luke Jones.
Yeah, and they moved Moanalua over from the left side to the right side, bringing even more elevation. Where do you go? High flat, high hands. Swing for the rafters.
Gannon into the fence. Draper's largest public school enrollment, just a shade under 3,000. In a few weeks they'll have their graduation. It's always the largest in the state. Jones got that one. Luke Jones, just one hitting error. 5 kills now, hitting .364.
He's the complete package. Swings to the left, swings to the right, blocking, makes good reads.
Escobedo. Off the high hands, there's Gannon. A runner here for McCutcheon. Right there for Cruz. At the net, it's tipped, and this ball is a point here for Campbell because of a net called. It's going to go on Taylor Chung.
I'm going to throw in a hot take here. I'm going to say that middle blockers are actually the smartest players out on the court. And that's something that no one gives them credit for, right? The best middle blockers, you got to know where the ball's going. You got to understand tendencies. You got to understand setter psychology.
Moanalua Sablon puts that down. Interesting.
It's a hot take, right?
I might agree with it.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, everyone says the setter's got to be so smart, and everyone's the libero is the captain of the back. Yeah, but I'm saying middle is at the highest level. You got to know what's going to happen. You're like the defensive coordinator on the court.
I feel like you have to learn like 9 jobs too.
Yeah,
if you're a middle blocker. Caressa with the left flies in there and effective.
And that's why you'll see middle blockers their junior years and their senior years where everything starts slowing down a little bit more. Those are some of the best ones.
Flung it out off of Moanalua Sablon. Off of Mulipola first. DeLee's back bump. Caressa found the floor. Wow. Oh, Wilcox fished it out of the net for Gannon to hit it across. Outside. Cruz. Block. Chung.
Bryson Ballback with the dig of the night. Just coming in off the bench. Laid it out. That was something special.
Picked up there by Momoy Mitchell. Fading back in a pusher here for Caressa. Wilcox. Cannon.
The question for Gannon is those kind of swings will work against a smaller block, but what about when you're going against Trey Ambrosic from University Lab? What about when you're going against Nahua Lloyd from Punahou?
Cola boy.
Yeah.
Right? 6'6". OIA gets 5 berths to the state tournament, as we mentioned. Those 2 already in. Usually we'll have to play a first-round game, and the tourney begins on Monday. Off the dump down, that's good for a kill. Wilcox. Wilcox doesn't let a ton of emotion out. Like his freshman year, was a little bit more jovial. He's been a little bit more measured with his approaches, but he's still a fun-loving guy off the court. Caressa off the block and out. Wilcox's block. Here's Wilcox.
There's a little Steph Curry there.
7-7. Gannon trying to go line. It was out.
I think the other thing for Wilcox, right, earlier in his career, you're doing a 6-2, you're going 3 rotations, so you can put more energy out there because you know you're going to get a little break on the sideline. Now there's nowhere else to go.
Jones. You talk about a security blanket. Get right back into it. Yeah, he just roars and then just resets the face. Right? Yeah. Official! Moanalua!
His best hit of the night. First time where he actually got on top of it. He's been very safe throughout the night. Got to take some chances.
Nine serving 8. Gannon got it off a touch. Cruz fought it off in the back row. It's a bump to Momoy Mitchell. Right back McCutcheon. Spring it up like a jack-in-a-box and send it right back.
Oh, like a cherry pick, you know, in the basketball, right? Everyone expecting you to go back on transition.
Campbell right at the net. It's our 8th tie here in this 3rd set. Momoy Mitchell. Jones. Oh my goodness. Not a lot of real estate. He still found it.
No, he's carving some crazy angles that we haven't seen from many middles in Hawaii history. 10-foot line on that one.
Stellar. Pass goes to Uli. Momoy Mitchell. Cruz, good dig. McCutcheon. Right off a block. Oh, Luke Jones!
He's a prolific middle. 8 kills, hitting .500. Hard to do.